Have you ever experienced this strange, modern form of exhaustion? You finish a long workday. You've answered hundreds of messages. You've sat through back-to-back video calls. Your inbox is at zero. You were constantly on. And yet, when you look back, what do you have to show for it? That important project didn't move forward. That skill you wanted to learn is still a dream. That creative idea remains a foggy notion. You're left with a hollow feeling of busyness without progress. This isn't a personal failing. It's a systemic one. We are living in what author and Professor Cal Newport calls the attention economy. And in this economy, our most valuable asset, our ability to focus deeply, is being systematically extracted from us, drop, by the machinery of modern work. But what if you could reclaim it? What if there was a skill so powerful, so rare in our distracted world, that mastering it could fundamentally alter your career trajectory and your sense of personal accomplishment? That skill has a name. It's called deep work. And over the next 30 minutes, we are not just going to explain it. We are going to deconstruct the science behind it, build a personalized framework for you to adopt it, and provide you with a battle-tested action plan. This is more than a book summary. This is a masterclass in cultivating your mind's most potent capability. Let's begin. To understand why deep work is so revolutionary, we need to understand the mind behind it. Cal Newport is a theoretical computer scientist and a tenured professor at Georgetown University. On paper, his output is staggering. Multiple groundbreaking academic papers, a popular and influential blog that has run for over a decade, and a series of best-selling books on technology and productivity. Here's the paradox. He achieves this while famously adhering to a strict schedule that ends in the late afternoon and rarely includes weekend work. He is not a burnout hustler. He is a precision engineer of cognitive effort. He is the living proof that his ideas work. His central thesis, born from both data and lived experience, is this: our current knowledge economy has a fatal flaw. It theoretically rewards those who can master hard things quickly and produce valuable, creative output, the very definition of deep work. Yet, the tools and culture of this same economy, the instant messaging, the hyper-responsive email, the open-plan offices, the metric of visibility, are engineered to prevent deep work at every turn. Newport names this enemy the hyperactive hive mind workflow. It's the default state in most organizations. An endless, unstructured stream of digital chatter where everyone is vaguely aware of what everyone else is doing, and responsiveness is valued over substance. Each ping, each notification isn't just an interruption. It triggers what psychologists call attention residue, where part of your mind remains stuck on the previous task, degrading your capacity for the next one. The result is a professional life spent in a state of frantic, anxious, reactive shallow work. And shallow work, while it feels productive, is not where breakthroughs happen. It's not where you become exceptional. It's not where you find meaning. The divide between a shallow work life and a deep work life is the single greatest predictor of impact in the 21st century. Okay, so we understand the problem and the goal. The first rule is deceptively simple. Work deeply. But how? Newport brilliantly rejects a one-size-fits-all solution. Instead, he offers 4 distinct deep work philosophies. 4 different operating systems for your professional life. Think of them as blueprints. Your first critical task is to choose one. Philosophy 1. The Monastic. This is a radical, all-in commitment. The Monastic eliminates or drastically minimizes virtually all shallow obligations. Their public identity is built around a single, grand intellectual or artistic pursuit. Think of philosophers like Nietzsche, or novelists who disappear for years to write a masterpiece. Their mantra is, "I cannot be disturbed." Philosophy 2. The Bimodal. Here you split your time. You dedicate clearly defined extended periods, like 1 full day every week or 1 month every quarter, exclusively to deep work. During these periods, you are a monastic. The rest of the time you handle meetings, administration, and shallow tasks. The famous psychologist Carl Jung practiced this, dividing his time between his clinical practice in Zurich and his deep, solitary writing at his stone tower in Bollingen. Philosophy 3. The Rhythmic. This is the most accessible and sustainable for most people. The core idea is habit formation. You convert deep work into a simple, regular, daily ritual. Same time, same place, same duration. For example, from 6 to 8 a.m. every weekday, you are in your home office, internet disconnected, working on your most important project. This chain method builds momentum and makes deep work a default, not a decision. Philosophy 4. The Journalistic. Named for journalists who must drop into deep focus whenever a story breaks. This philosophy involves switching into deep mode whenever you find pockets of time in your day. This is the most advanced style, requiring significant practice to control your attention on demand. Once you choose your philosophy, you must build rituals. Rituals are the scaffolding. They answer, where will I go? How long will I work? How will I work? What rules will I follow? E.g., no internet. Write 500 words before a break. A great ritual eliminates the need for motivation. It signals to your brain, it is now time to enter the state of flow. Now, here's a rule that flips conventional wisdom on its head. You don't improve your ability to focus while you're working. You improve it when you're not working. Rule 2. Embrace boredom. Your brain's focus muscle is like any other muscle. If you constantly give it the easy stimulus of digital distraction at the slightest hint of boredom, waiting in line, sitting on a bus during a commercial break, you are training it for distraction. You are making it weaker. Newport's prescription is surgical. Schedule your internet use. Decide in advance when you will go online, and crucially when you will not. Outside those scheduled blocks, you must suffer through the boredom. Take a walk without your phone. Let your mind wander in a waiting room. This isn't just about avoiding screens. It's about actively strengthening your mind's resistance to the pull of novelty. It's cognitive calisthenics. Now, for the rule that causes the most resistance. Rule 3. Quit social media. Newport is not making a moral argument. He is making a craftsman's argument. A craftsman doesn't collect every possible tool. They select only the sharpest, most precise tools that directly serve their craft. Apply this to your cognitive tools. Don't ask, what are the benefits of Twitter or Instagram? Ask the much stricter question. Do the positive impacts of this tool directly and significantly support my most important professional or personal goals? And do they outweigh the substantial harm of fragmenting my attention? For the vast majority of knowledge workers, for most social media platforms, the honest answer is a resounding no. The occasional useful link or connection does not justify the constant low-grade drain on your attention capital. Newport proposes a ruthless experiment. A 30-day digital declutter. Quit all optional social media and entertainment sites cold turkey for 30 days. After this detox, reintroduce only a tool if you have a clear, compelling professional need for it. You will likely find that the noise was drowning out a signal you never knew you were missing, your own capacity for sustained thought. Even with the best intentions, shallow work will always creep in. The final rule is your containment strategy. Rule 4. Drain the shallow. This is about aggressive, tactical management of your time. The most powerful weapon here is time block planning. At the start of every workday, or better yet, the end of the previous one, take a blank sheet of paper or a digital calendar and plan every minute of your upcoming day in blocks. Assign each block a specific task. The critical step is to label each task as deep or shallow. This act of categorization forces conscious decision-making. Next, you must set a shallow work budget. Decide in advance that you will spend no more than, say, 90 minutes per day on shallow tasks. This budget acts as a forcing function. When a new shallow request comes in, you have to ask, does this fit in my remaining budget? If not, what existing shallow task can I eliminate or delegate? This leads to saying no gracefully and batching similar shallow tasks together for efficiency. Another Newport tactic is to fix your schedule. Decide firmly when your workday ends. This creates a productive deadline, preventing shallow tasks from expanding to fill all available time, a law known as Parkinson's law. By draining the shallows, you are not being lazy. You are being a strategic architect of your attention. You are creating the empty space, the protected sacred space, where deep work can not only occur but flourish. Let's see this system in action with a legendary example and a practical one. First, the legend, Bill Gates's Think Week. Twice a year during Microsoft's peak years, Gates would seclude himself in a secluded waterfront cabin. He would bring a stack of papers and books, and for an entire week, he would do nothing but read and think deeply about the future of technology. This is the bimodal philosophy executed at the highest level. There were no emails, no calls, no interruptions. From these weeks emerged some of Microsoft's most pivotal strategic insights, including the famous memo, the Internet tidal wave, that redirected the entire company. Now, for a practical, everyday example. I worked with a client, a freelance writer named Sarah. She felt constantly busy but was barely finishing one article a week. We implemented a rhythmic schedule. 7 to 9 a.m. for deep writing, phone in another room, internet off. She did a 30-day social media declutter. She began time-blocking her afternoons for client calls and email. The transformation wasn't magical. It was mathematical. Within 2 months, her output jumped to 3 polished articles per week. The anxiety of an overflowing inbox vanished because she controlled it, not the other way around. Her income increased, and for the first time, she felt like a true craftsman of her words. The system works when you treat it as a complete philosophy, not a collection of random tips. Before we build your plan, we must address the elephant in the room. Is deep work elitist? Is it a luxury only for professors, writers, and software engineers? This is a vital and fair critique. A nurse in a busy ER, a teacher managing a classroom of 30 children, a retail manager. Their work is inherently interrupt-driven. They cannot simply block off 4 hours for contemplation. Newport's response here is crucial. The principles are aspirational guides, not rigid laws. The goal is to seek out and fiercely protect whatever pockets of depth your profession allows. For the teacher, it might be 30 minutes after school to deeply plan a lesson unit before grading papers. For the nurse, it might be using a ritual to deeply study a new medical procedure on their day off. The philosophy you apply shifts, but the intention remains, to push against the tide of fragmentation wherever possible. The second critique is about collaboration. Doesn't a deep work focus make you a disconnected lone wolf? The key distinction Newport makes is between shallow collaboration, the constant, unstructured pings, and deep collaboration, scheduled, purposeful, focused teamwork. The goal is to replace the former with the latter. A scheduled 90-minute whiteboard session with clear objectives is deep collaborative work. An all-day Slack thread is not. The aim is not isolation but intentional connection. Knowledge is useless without action. So here is your concrete 30-day battle plan to install deep work into your life. Phase 1. Days 1 to 7 diagnosis. Your only job this week is to observe. Carry a notepad or use a simple app. For each work task, note the time spent and label it deep or shallow. No judgment, just collect data. Calculate your current deep to shallow ratio at the end of the week. Phase 2. Days 8 to 14 schedule. Based on your life, choose one of the 4 deep work philosophies. Now schedule your first deep work block. Start small, 60 to 90 minutes. Design your ritual, location, duration, rules. Execute it. Protect it like a doctor's appointment. Phase 3. Days 15 to 21 purge. Begin your 30-day digital declutter. Delete social media and optional entertainment apps from your phone. Schedule specific, limited times for internet browsing. Practice embracing boredom. Phase 4. Days 22 to 30 systematize. Start time blocking your entire workday. Implement your shallow work budget. At the end of each day, review and plan the next. Tweak your ritual. This phased approach builds the habit sustainably, turning theory into ingrained practice. This deep dive was built upon the robust foundation of Cal Newport's exceptional book, Deep Work: Rules for Focused Success in a Distracted World. What you've heard here is the framework, But the book itself is filled with compelling stories, nuanced research, and deeper layers of strategy that can further refine your practice. If you are serious about mastering your attention, I strongly encourage you to read the full work. You can find it using the link in the description below. Using our affiliate link is a tremendous way to support this channel at no extra cost to you. It directly fuels our mission to create more of these comprehensive film quality guides. If this 30-minute investment brought you value, please like this video. That single click tells YouTube's algorithm that this is meaningful content, helping us reach others who need it. Subscribe and hit the notification bell because our next masterclass is already in production. Atomic Habits, the complete system, where we will engineer the automatic behaviors that make deep work your default state. Thank you, not just for watching, but for committing to the most important project you will ever undertake, the cultivation of your own mind.